Alright, welcome back. I have a few monsters to fight before I set off to Crossbell, and a couple more bonding events to do, so let's do it and then we'll go to Crossbell. Probably have time to get to that.
Is that a fiend?
It is a fiend. Save so many times. Save.
It looks like the devils mentioned in scripture. There have been a number of sightings recently.
We'll handle it. Elise, your highness, please stand back.
I just shot it in the back. Oh, I can't let you jump over there or anything.
Looks like a real tough one. Ha!
Oh, really? Nothing? Nothing? Ooh, I should make sure this monster doesn't do like anything stupid. Let's find it first. Ooh, here we go. North Languedoc Canyon Monster. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Apparently confuse is a big worry. You have Oberon on, and that prevents status effects to a degree where you're pretty much immune. If you get hit by something that is beyond me, that like, I just got very, very lucky. Yes, lucky. You're not gonna get hit by anything. Unless it's, Defense faint. Come on, what? Confuse prevents confused. Floral bottle. I need to buy the better versions of all of these things. Let's see, what does the green pendulum, evergreen? It's not really gonna help you. I'll just put the floral bottle on. Because I definitely don't want you getting confused. You, whatever, you're not gonna be getting any. You know, you're not going to be getting enough turns to even matter. So, and you're immune to everything. So let's do this.
This one might be worth my time.
You are going to battle scope. The VOTS. Oh crap. He can't do that anymore. I forgot.
Weak. It's down.
It's mine!
Take that. Got it.
Huh. That looked like somebody died, but nope, guess not. Alrighty then. Let's just run up and hit that thing.
Yes.
Just run up and hit it. Analyze the heck out of it. Very weak to earth. And space.
My turn.
So, as much as I want to do, like any
Arcus,
big things,
activate.
Weak. It's down.
It's mine.
I'm going. Heal our wounds. Sephiral rain.
Thank you. Thanks.
Weak.
Ha!
I think she's just gonna kill all those things.
Let's go.
Very well.
Oh man, it's like you're
Weak.
attacking somebody you can't hit.
Weak. It's down.
It's mine.
I wonder if it'll summon more of those things. Not that it would
turn.
help, unless they like were summoned over here.
Arcus, activate.
I got this.
Unbound Rage.
Got it. Ha! Cha!
Ha!
Let's see how much this
Time to
bad
paint
boy
this
does.
town
Gotta watch
red.
this one too, since I haven't seen it yet.
Up you go. Not a bad trick, huh? Eat this. It's the last call. Sinners, revelry.
Oh boy, that's a lot of damage. That was
It's
so much damage.
Arcus, activate.
Let's go.
You know what? Hmm. What do we have? What do we have? Oh, magic attack. Absorption. Okay, okay. Well, that is what this thing is going to be doing, so
Sacred shell.
Very well.
let's just get it over with. Ooh, shiny. Oh, I thought that was going to be Magic Hail.
It's down.
It's mine.
Take that. I'll care for you.
Thanks.
That works.
There.
my turn. Arcus, activate.
My turn.
Time to paint this town.
Okay, don't need to see it again.
Yeah.
And now you're broken.
Very well.
Might as well get some BP back, right?
There.
Right.
It's mine!
That wasn't bad.
Hey,
Not
nice!
bad at all.
You're actually pretty quick on your feet.
Hearing that from you is an honor.
All right. Got it.
Scanned a gem. Okay. Let's rest up. And go back to the not the Merkaba. Courageous 2. That's where we need to go. Because we need to switch out some people real quick. Switch out Yuna for Elisa. And I can switch out Fee for Sharon. So. Let's see. Tactics. Boop. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Don't want to keep them in line just in case. Alright, what is this thing? Corruptera. Annually uses physical attacks that can be easily dodged with Alyssa's Heavenly Gift buff. However, this boss also has extremely poor resistance to instant death attacks, which Sharon excels at. If you don't want to deal with the trouble of fighting this boss, you can try Sharon's S-Craft or other abilities and to land instant death to end the fight quickly. Okay. Cool beans. I like it. And it's sort of weak to fire, so I could just ooh, what? Fire bell. Do I have the better fire bell? Ooh, yes. Put it on me. What's this do? Oh, that's like a whole bunch of EP and HP. Gotcha. That is no good. No bueno. Talamoja. Moonlands. You already have a lot of that stuff. Cast 2? Do I have another cast 3? Nope. Speed plus 20, that's not cool. She's got speed up the wazoo too. She's got speed up the wazoo. What? Oh, that's not what I wanted. I want to see all of them. Hades gem. Sure, why not? Let's put it on there. Is Beowulf the... Yes, Beowulf is the fire one. It has pretty much all the ones that I want on it. Okay. And you can keep that one on. It's fine. It's fine. Actually, no. Let's pull. Where's the crit chance? There we go. Crit chance. Oh boy. Gloom EX, but. No. I need to put that on somebody else. But for this fight, you're gonna have it. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Skills. Seal. KO 50%. Ooh. Wow. That's a high KO. KO 100%. And hits everything. Oh boy. I could. Hold on, you don't need to cast anything. What are you doing? You need Night Gleam, is this the one? That'll live. Even if it's only 5%, like that's just a little bit more chance to kill something. Oh, seal. Seal 2, sure. That's what your other thing is. Let's get a action 2. Ooh, don't have any more of those. I need to get more stuff. But I can put the scanner gem on you real quick. What do you have that on for? What? You need something that's going to give you strength. Like the Tamamo gem. Tier, you don't need tier. You need something like, action 1. No. Ooh, hit 3. That's what you need. You need to make sure you don't miss. You have really high evasion. Sure, more speed. Is that speed item still here somewhere? Speed plus 30 or something like that? Oh, maybe that's not. Maybe that's not. Yeah, let's do it. Storm Talisman. That looks fine. Okay, alright, that should be good enough.
This one's tough. Be careful.
What is death? What is the death blow? 30%? 35%? You start out stealth? That's ridiculous. Oh, you have analyzed. Nice.
Here I go. Yeah. I've made a mistake.
What?
Yes!
It has instant death.
Let's go! Ha!
Well, great.
I'm so happy.
My turn! Light! Shine over us all!
Yes.
Now! It's mine!
Leave this to me.
Oh, you need a lot of CP to do anything that you need to do.
Yes! Pierce through! Rosetta arrow! Now!
Strike. Yes. Black butterflies fluttering in darkness. Gather to me.
That worked.
Farewell for now.
I did it!
That worked. Okay, back to the courageous. Okay, I can take her out now. She's really cool to have in the party, though. Okay, just gonna double check Zoelius' guide real quick, see if there's anything I missed. I know I still need to spend the bonding points, so I'm not gonna skip that. I would definitely not like it if I did. Okay. Let's see, who do I still have bonding points to spend with? Altina, Duvalie, Elise, Yuna. Is that it? Wow. Well then. I really don't know who to go with. Just because they're usually entertaining, I'll go with Duvalie for one of them. What is it? Ah, her armor. And now he's gonna. Oh, ice cream. No, gelato. Oh boy. One more. Could do Altina. Could do Elise. Or Yuna. Let's do Altina. Wait, is she on the deck? She's on the deck, isn't she? She's on the front deck. Let's go. Do we get to open it up?
So this girl's my... Sorry, I don't know if we'll remember. When you get outside, let's make sure to meet up and play together. All right. I believe this is everything to do so far. Well, at least at this point in the story. I believe I will have to progress to do anything else. So, let's see. Before, well, I guess I can do that later. What I can do now is go up to the bridge. Oh, there is something I do want to do now. Where's Sharon? Sharon, you don't need that anymore. All right. This attack 2 is going to be a Mars gem. Dang. Oh, bridge. Okay. Oh yeah. You also no scanned gem for you. Tunnel gem, get it off ya. Hit 3, you don't need it. Night gleam, no.
can keep the other ones. You can get the action, the scanned gem for now. Oh, man. What else did I take off of that? Nothing of importance. Let's see. Oh, still blue. That's what I can put on you. Still blue, still blue. Where is still blue? Still blue. Ooh, so good. Yeah, that is so much ATS. That is ridiculous amounts of ATS. Save it just in case I did miss something, which I don't think I did. I did that. Did that. Boop, 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 boop. Just gonna check profiles real quick. Hugo did it. Did it. Did those. Did that. Yep, did all those. Should be good. So let's move on. Let's see. All of them. Okay, good. Yep. Anything that I haven't done, I've already done. So, let's go.
No, I suspect it will not be that easy. Just now, this ship was detected by a directional radar. They are lying in wait for us. They know.
Oh man. Ortis Tower, of course. Orcus Tower, I mean, not Ortis.
Hey, you guys! Do you guys know what's going on with that beam coming out of—
Come to the SSS building quick. Security around the area is sparse. Well, since we're all pitching in, why don't I pull a couple of strings on my end as well?
Ah, highway.
A pleasure to make your acquaintance, Ashen Chevalier.
And as always, it's a pleasure to see you again, Ellie.
Oh, please. My contract with the Governor General's office is long since over. This time around, I'd like the honor of assisting you in your endeavor. The end of the world would be the end of Heiyue. Even so, I've brought you a little something extra. As a show of good faith. My agents were able to capture this image shortly before the general. Shall we begin devising our plan now? If you'd like to reach them, we...
Oh man, lots of fireworks going off out there. Olivier. Who else should I put in there? Laura has an amazing power boost for dealing lots of damage with S-Crash and stuff, so maybe her. Yeah, let's throw Laura in there. Oh. There we go. Oh, let's check our time. Still got a little bit. Still got a little bit. Oh man, let's see. Okay. Let's go and do some of the random stuff that I have to do before. Okay, let's see. Let's go to the central square. Oh, gotta go down. Gotta go down, down, down to the SSS. Special Support Section. Okay, talk to Yona. Okay. Gotta get my recipe on. Oh, there's only 4 more, huh? Better be some more recipes here, because I don't know. Ah, there will be more recipes. The Bent Hamburg steak. Got it. I think there's something else that I need to pick up here too. Okay, let's go to
West Street. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. I think I found out what's gonna take up the rest of this time. And not oh no as in it's bad, it's just oh no, it's gonna take up the rest of the time. Yep, another chapter of 3 and 9. And I can hardly wait to read it. Oh man, okay. Well. Let's go to Morge's Bakery first. Okay, got the country melon. Alright, I'm going to my books. 3, nope, not the legendary chosen one. 3 and 9. 3 and 9. Chapter 9. Okay. Little A and A. Alright. So let's read this. And then we'll see where we're at on time, and maybe I'll just run around and buy some stuff real quick, but 9! 3 ran over to her. His voice hoarse with agony and grief. Her forehead, hands, legs, her entire body was stained with blood, dripping from 1,000 scratches and cuts. It was a fate far too cruel for such a young girl. No matter how many times 3 called out to her, she didn't respond. He had sworn to protect her. He had promised himself, promised her. But now, 3 felt himself overcome by shame and regret. I'm too weak, he thought to himself. Too weak to help anyone. Too weak to save anyone. As if to seize upon his distress, the Emperor spoke once. Yes. Okay, there we go. Once more. So one of you ended up making it. If you're smart, you'll stop here, deliver the final blow, and your life will be spared, just as before. At those words, 3 felt a creaking in his mind. It was harsh, like the sound of metal scraping against metal. I imagine she'd take some sick satisfaction in being killed by the same person who killed her brother. Anyway. The Emperor's mouth twisted into a perverse smile, the depravity in his eyes clear even through the shadow cast by his helmet. It was then that something snapped inside of 3. Rah! Die! He exploded as if the boundless rage coursing through his veins had at last found an outlet. His legs and arms snapped into operation. A primal rumble burst from his throat. His bones creaked and his blood boiled. Pure fury ignited his entire body, inciting it to action. And before he knew it, he had launched himself at the Emperor. He unleashed a whirlwind of attacks, his strikes faster and more powerful than ever before. The Emperor met the charge head-on, altering gravity as he went, but 3 adapted to each shift almost as fast as they came. His body was running on pure instinct, sharpening his senses to a razor-sharp edge and giving him almost preternatural adaptability. The Emperor, on the other hand, found himself working harder and harder to handle 3's hail of blows. He managed to block the oncoming strikes, but his attacker showed no sign of slowing down. Like a wild dog, the Emperor sneered. A tool with a will of its own is a useless thing, to be sure, but seeing you foaming at the mouth like this is pathetic beyond measure. You truly are fated to die as you lived, a mere thing. Even in the face of 3's enraged onslaught, the Emperor had hardly taken any damage at all. He still held all the cards. 3 was little more than an annoyance, like a flea biting a wolf. 3's thoughts bubbled back up to the surface. He found himself remembering something 9 had said. It was his natural sense of composure that allowed him to recall such a timely memory. Composure he did not possess 3 years ago. He continued to let his anger drive his body, but maintained a calm mind, not allowing his thoughts to slip away in his rage. He could have stopped himself at any time, but found his current rage beneficial, and wielded it ably, as though it was simply another weapon available to him. 3 himself was unaware of this, but such an ability to not only control one's emotions, but turn them into power, was rare indeed. It was a skill that did not come easily to even the greatest warriors. Yet 3 had managed to master such a complicated concept at his young age. Armor that absorbs the force imparted by attacks the moment they're received. That was how 9 had described the Emperor's armor. Sure enough, just as she described, no matter how many strikes 3 launched, nothing seemed to get through it. It was then that realization dawned on him. If the armor was immune to external force, then what he needed to do was induce internal force. Anyone else may have given up at this point, but 3 could scarcely imagine a more suitable target for his unique skills. He combined his blades into one, squaring off against the Emperor yet again. The defining characteristic of 3's weapons was their ability to internally induce an arts-based explosion in their target. To do so, he needed to strike the same point with each blade separately, and then a third time, in their fused form. By this point, he had already landed a number of hits on the Emperor's armor, and luckily for 3, a decent amount of those hits overlapped. All that remained was the final step in the process, making contact with those intersecting points using his fused sword. 3 attacked the Emperor with the same rage and power as before. This time, though, he failed to land a single hit. He was just a hair's breadth off every single time. The first steps in his weapons process were relatively simple. He simply needed to land a strike with each weapon, creating 2 perpendicular lines that would paint a target for the orbment. The next part, however, was far more difficult. He needed to use the fused blade to hit the precise point where the 2 lines intersected. This was a much smaller target area, making the task that much more demanding. Still, 3 was confident in his aim and knew he had the dexterity to pull it off. In spite of his skill and confidence, however, he continually found himself failing to land the decisive hit. The Emperor cackled in delight as he watched 3 struggle. To him, 3's plight was nothing short of pure comedy. "I know my tools inside and out," he said, a dark grin spreading across his face. "Your methods of attack, how your weapons work, I understand these things even better than you." As if proving the Emperor's point, 3's next attack fell short as well. The Emperor launched a counterattack with his staff swung at the perfect angle. 3 had figured out his foe's tricks. Right before each of his attacks would land, the Emperor would make a subtle change to gravity. His timing was exquisite, and the trick was executed in such a way that 3 had no time to correct the angle of his sword. Further, the gravity wave emitted by the Emperor's scepter did nothing at all when it failed to connect, but if it did, the resulting damage would be enormous. Thus far, 3 had been able to evade or turn away each incoming swing, but he knew it was only because the Emperor was allowing it. He had yet to land a single effective attack, and the wear on both of his weapons and his body was steadily mounting. The outcome of the battle seemed clear, and by all appearances, there is nothing that could change its course. Thanks to his impeccable defense, the Emperor was nearly unscathed, whereas 3 was barely holding on, looking more and more like he could collapse at any moment. In between clashes, a momentary calm settled over the battlefield. As 3 was weighing his options, a voice broke the silence. It was a lazy drawl, one that 3 had heard many times over the past year. Analysis complete. 9 struggled to get her feet, looking as though she could fall back down at any moment. "How?" The Emperor's genuine shock escaped his mouth in a low hiss. "9, you're okay!" 3 exclaimed. At once, he understood what had happened. 9 hadn't fallen unconscious. She had simply feigned doing so in order to analyze the Emperor in secret. She had given 3 no indication of her plan whatsoever. After all, had she done so, the Emperor may very well have caught onto her plan. "Just fine," she responded. "I used my wires to cushion the blow of the boulders by shredding them into smaller pieces. In the end, the rocks barely scratched me." Judging by the amount of blood that covered her, it would have been clear to anyone that this was far from the truth, but the fact remained that she was both alive and conscious. 3 disengaged from the Emperor and moved closer to 9, making sure to keep his eyes trained on his foe as he did so. "There's a moment where he's unable to respond to anything," she explained. That's his power's fatal weakness." "What do you mean?" What do you mean? "His gravitational manipulation doesn't require casting like an art would, but after he uses it, there's a period of time of about a second before he's able to use it again. That's why he wasn't able to immediately prevent the falling rocks from burying him earlier. But the way he's changing gravity is so precise," 3 said, thinking back on their battle. "How could he have managed that?" "He was just reading your movements, Ez. He knows how you fight like the back of his hand." "Wait, what?" 3 exclaimed, the surprise in his voice clear. "It's true," 9 responded. "The way he manipulates gravity is determined before you even start your swings. He knows your tendencies well, and uses that knowledge to predict your actions." Is that even possible?" asked 3, his mind racing. "It is, unfortunately," 9 responded, "and he's not using an artifact for it either. His mind just works that quickly. He's a monster through and through." The Emperor let out a low chuckle. "A sound analysis, but it will avail you to nothing. I know your techniques inside and out. The same speed, the same power, the same angles, each and every time. There's no way you can possibly undo years of habits we so painstakingly drilled into you." 9 looked up at him knowingly. "Right," he responded. "Let's end this." The duo nodded in agreement and turned to face the Emperor once more. 3 charged at him again, renewing his previous assault. He raised his sword overhead, attacking at a high angle. The Emperor dodged it effortlessly and sent forth a counterattack. Their deadly dance continued as before, but as things were, both sides knew where it would ultimately lead. The Emperor sensed an incoming attack and prepared to manipulate gravity, just as he predicted. 3 attacked a half step faster, aiming for one of the spots in his armor that had been previously marked. As the sword raced towards its target, gravity shifted at the sword's trajectory, and the sword's trajectory was altered. Despite this, it somehow continued on its original path, regardless, as if the altered gravity had been predicted and compensated for. Impossible, the Emperor muttered under his breath. He hastily jerked his body out of the blade's trajectory with hardly a second to spare. 3's movements had changed somehow. As the Emperor mulled the changing situation over, 3's next attack came speeding in. The Emperor again predicted the speed and trajectory and manipulated gravity accordingly. However, boom! A muffled explosion rang out, and the Emperor felt his armor crack and pain coursed through his left arm. Boom! What? Another flash. Boom! His right leg was now damaged as well. The Emperor was at an utter loss. Had 3 managed to correctly predict his spatial manipulation? How was he suddenly able to alter his strikes to compensate for the gravity? Had the analyzer been analyzed himself? Cursing 3's name, the Emperor's thoughts grew frantic. As he desperately looked around for a clue, he realized what was actually happening. He glimpsed a number of barely visible cords extending from 3's body. Naturally, 9 stood at the other end, controlling them. She wasn't pulling him to and fro like a marionette, but was instead nudging his attack, slightly guiding his direction, timing, and angle to create the perfect strike. The Emperor may have been predicting 3's attacks and making adjustments, but 9 was doing the same to him in return. It was her guidance that allowed 3 to score direct hit after direct hit. Her superior intellect was, of course, a major reason this was possible, but her relationship with 3 was their true secret weapon. The two knew each other better than anyone in the world, which allowed her to predict his reactions and movements with incredible accuracy. She used her natural understanding of her partner to help him adapt his combat style to fit the situation at hand. In that sense, the secret behind the upper hand they had suddenly gained was as simple as could be. "You little bitch," the Emperor let out an enraged growl, laced with bitter hatred. Neither 3 nor 9 had ever seen him like this before. He tried to launch the same rocky onslaught at 9 that he had before, but found himself bereft of munitions. He could not be sure when it happened, but at some point the duo had led him to a different part of the area, one where he could no longer weaponize the terrain. With furious bloodlust, he lowered the gravity near him and rushed at 9. "Finally," she smirked. "I've been waiting." A giant boulder appeared in the air above the Emperor, likely due to an art 9 had cast. The Emperor was unimpressed, however, at being subjected to the same attack twice. This time around, it even lacked the element of surprise. He easily shattered the incoming boulder with his staff once it entered his area of reduced gravity. But it was this flippant display of arrogance that sealed his fate. As the pieces of the boulder rained down around him, he found himself face to face with a plush toy, Rabbit, one that had been hidden within the boulder. "No!" he exclaimed, knowing full well what it was no mere toy. His realization came too late, however. With a massive bang, the rabbit detonated. Light and heat washed over the Emperor, and his legs buckled under the force. Just then, another explosion went off at his back. 3 had landed a solid hit on his chest armor, and the resulting blast had blown it clear off his body. "This is the end," 3 said quietly. The black-hearted Emperor's armor had been destroyed, and 3's blade had found its bloody mark. Ooh. Is this the end of the Emperor, or does he have more dirty tricks up his sleeve? Oh, man. Yup. that's about it for this episode. So, yep. I have some minor stuff to do in Crossbell before heading out. Or heading on to the next area. Or next main story. But, yeah. That should definitely be in the next episode. Getting to the next area. And then somewhere down the line, well, I'll probably just get to knocking out the thingamajig, knocking out the shield on this one. And after that, I'll probably finish the second rivalry with Aryan Road next week sometime. So, enjoy, and I will be back laters.